if you're somebody here in Central Indiana that's been thinking about buying a home, but you're on the fence right now because of maybe rising interest rates, fears of continual inflation, or really just the negativity that you've heard in the marketplace of how the market is changing, this video is for you. And my goal right now is to give you some data and some information to be able to gain clarity on if moving now or waiting would be the best decision for you. A confused mind always says no, and right now what I'm seeing from a lot of people is people making decisions to sit on the sidelines when right now could potentially be a good opportunity for them to move forward, but they really don't have all the information they need to have to be able to process that. So what I'm going to share with you right now is just some data that I did. I ran scenarios from 3 different price points. One of them was at $400,000, one was at $500,000, one was at $800,000. And what I did is I just gave a hypothetical scenario of buyers that were putting 20% down, paying those prices, and what the difference in payment would be based upon 2 factors. Number one, with interest rates rising 1%, and then also another scenario of a different price point. So if the purchase price of a home stayed the same, if the purchase price dropped 5%, and if the purchase price dropped 10%, what difference that would make for your monthly payment based upon interest rates. So something that I found very interesting is in all 3 of those price points, what I discovered is if prices would drop 10% and rates would rise 1%, that would almost be a wash in terms of what you would pay per month and also what you would pay over the life of the loan. So if you're somebody, if rates are around 5.5 or say they're 6%, they're a little bit less than that right now, but say that they were 6% and they raised to 7%. Well, if a home is $500,000 and now that same home costs $450,000, your price is going to be roughly the same. Now, I don't know how good of a bet that would be to bet that homes will slide 10% here in Central Indiana, especially if you're here in the northern suburbs, Hamilton County, Boone County. In the last decade, we have seen the population in those counties increase by over 20%. So if we have an increase in people, usually that raises prices. And even though interest rates will be more expensive, to think that would actually create a lower price by a full 10% really would probably be a pretty unlikely scenario. However, let's just say that prices rates go up 1%, say they go up to 7% from 6%, and prices only drop 5%. What does that mean? So, well, in that scenario, if prices drop 5%, but interest rates go up by 1%, the price that you pay to live in the home actually increases anywhere from 3% all the way up to 5%. So if you buy the home for 5% less than you could have when rates were at 6%, at 7%, but now interest rates at 7%, you are paying more each and every month to live in the home. And that's one of the reasons why you'll hear me say you don't live in the price, you live in the payment. It is important to understand that even a 5% drop in prices, which again, I think that's actually somewhat unlikely, but let's say it drops 5%, but rates go up 1% as a result. Well, you're still going to pay 3 to 5% more every month to live in that home. That's something that you need to think about and that you need to consider. Now, let's just say prices stay the same. They don't go up. And again, with growing population, especially here on Hamilton County and the north side of Indianapolis, I think prices staying steady or maybe even nudging up slightly or down just slightly is probably the most likely scenario. If rates go up 1%, either at $400,000, $500,000, or $800,000, the cost for you to live in that home every month actually goes up to 9 to 10%. So to live in that same house for the same payment is 10% higher. Those are things that you need to think about as you're processing things. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know for sure what's going to happen, but based on what we see in the marketplace, what the Federal Reserve is telling us, it looks like that we're going to not see rates go lower. We're actually probably going to see rates go higher here in the next coming months. So, the best time to buy would have been 90 days ago, but now the best time to buy very well could be today. And if you're somebody that's maybe in that camp and you're thinking about that, hopefully this information is valuable for you. If you have any questions, if you have any other thoughts about this, love to hear them. Feel free to make some comments down below, and I would love to engage with you on that. And as always, if there's anything we can do for you, we're never too busy for your referrals. Thanks so much.